This is how we celebrate.
Coordinating security for an event as large as the Centennial takes massive teamwork between a number of city and outside agencies, including the police department, the fire department, and the Department of Emergency Management. We're going to give you an inside look at the brain center of how all of this works.
Well, Commissioner, I just kind of want to give you an overview of what some of the things are we've done for Centennial as it relates to Homeland Security. As you know, a lot of concern has been expressed on making sure that we have a safe and successful thing, and I think we're in the process of achieving that right now. Basically, where you're at right now is Thor. Thor is one of our partners that we're working on to make this venue safe. We've got 10 positions that we will be kicking off tomorrow. Today what we're doing is we're actually doing a lot of dry runs. We got some short shows, some little things happening today, so we're starting to roll out some of that stuff. Starting off with, we have our venue security. We have 3 security companies that are working with us. The 3 security companies that are working with us are represented. All of their personnel will hit the ground tomorrow and will be securing different parts of the venue. We're broken down into interior, exterior, and dignitary security, and the different security roles all tied together, which work with our police department and emergency management, as well as our local and federal partners. In Thor, we have Mutual Link, which Mutual Link is the backbone, is what we can actually tie together all of our cameras and all of the stuff, both from the EOC. We have about 70 to 80 other things happening in the city, and from the EOC into Thor, we can tie those things together through Mutual Link, which we'll demonstrate to you in just a little bit. We also have Act Productions, what you know is they're putting on the show for us, are coordinating the main part of the venue. Act Productions, they have all different things, backstage, performers, all the different people that make up the show. We have a representative from them here working with us as well. We've also been able, of course, DEM, our focus is to bring together all the partners and all the different players to make sure that we all work together to put together a safe show and to make sure it's over. Just a few minutes ago, I was watching on the cameras and saw carts going back and forth because they're rushing to get the last few minutes things done. Well, we also got people are getting tired and fatigued, so we put out a general safety message from emergency management for everybody to slow down, get some more hydration, and take it easy. That was just went out a few minutes ago. All that happens from our left side. On the right side, we have other partners where we have all of our city services, everything from sanitation, public works, environmental, ocean rescue. All of those players are being handled from this side. They're right next to Allied Barton, which is Allied Barton is actually handling all of our dignitary protection stuff and working with all of the outside of the venue. Also, they're working with the parking garages to make sure. We've actually, for this event, we've actually put our crossing guards in place so that the people leaving the parking garages, because we're looking at a lot of volume, we'll have our since the schools are closed, we're bringing some of them in to help people cross the streets in a safe and orderly manner to get to the venue, to make sure everybody gets there. And
we're shutting down Ocean Drive on Thursday.
Ocean Drive, exactly. We're going to actually, from 7 a.m. on Thursday till 7 a.m. Friday morning, Ocean Drive will be shut down completely to traffic. It'll all be for pedestrians and for the businesses to move out into the road. Okay. We've also got fire rescue, of course, and ocean rescue. Because of spring break happening these 3 weeks, ocean rescue is working. They've been very busy. Most of their people are running. Luckily, the weather's been good, and the rip tides have been down a little bit, so it's been not too bad the last few days. Also, of course, the police department. We also have other things where social media we monitor to make sure and see what's happening. We're also tied to the EOC, where we brought in a company to look at our traffic flow and traffic management, and that's being done from the Emergency Operations Center, and they're working with our parking department and our code enforcement. Now, the last one over there is Mutual Link, and that's what I talked about over here. Mutual Link brings all that together, puts it into what's called WebEOC, and if we have something and we need to bring any of our other city or state partners in, that's all done through WebEOC. Like I said, we're bringing 5 mutual aid players in today to help us from other cities, and we're going to help certify them for national response. That pretty much is what happens down here in the bottom floor. In just a second, I'm going to go up to the top floor. You want to go up with me? We'll go up to the top. And we're also, with Thor's unit, it's also a backup 911 center. So when you have increased capacity like we have for 911, we could theoretically take over our 911 center from what we're about to see upstairs. What you can see here to the left, all these blinking lights and all this stuff, this is where all of the, it's like the brains of the unit. The unit all comes together, all the different radios and all the different systems are tied in here in a system migration, basically, where we interface all of the different systems so they all work together and are compatible. This is set up now with our radios, with Intrado radios, and our 911 system. So if we had a problem with our 911 system, when you have a venue like this, oftentimes things get overloaded. When you're streaming a lot of video and you have a lot of information going out, a lot of times it affects the systems, and we're set up so that if something was to happen, we could actually, we have our own system set up here where we could theoretically move people into here and take over the 911 calls from here as well, remotely. We also do things in here. We monitor the weather. That's the team coming in tonight. We're working with the National Weather Service to go ahead and keep track of things like lightning. They put together a morning briefing for us and keep track of all the stuff weather related. Now hopefully we're going to have a nice dry venue. It's going to remain hot and have that beautiful Miami Beach weather. And what these guys are doing is tying all that stuff together, getting it in, loaded into the top area so that by tomorrow morning we'll be ready to do it. This also, as you can see, you have a beautiful view from here. From here, if we did have a situation on site, it would be managed from in here, okay? Or we would, if it was off site, we would do that from the Emergency Operations Center.
This is how we celebrate.